Speak, fool. Finally. I'll make sure you suffer. At last. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. Now, Frostmourne. Tread lightly. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. At last. Your pain is legendary. Finally. At last. This is more like it. Finally. You will know endless torment. This is more like it. At last. This is more like it. Faithless coward. At last. Frostmourne hungers. You will know endless torment. Now, Frostmourne. At last. Frostmourne hungers. At last.
2 + 3 times stop.
This is more like it. Finally. At last. This is more like it. No one orders me around. What is it now? Frostmourne hungers. Finally. Speak, fool.
First blood.
What is it now? At last. Finally.
Aye?
Hello.
Tread lightly. This is more like it. At last. Speak, fool. This is more like it. What is it now? Speak, fool. Tread lightly. What is it now? Frostmourne
Our
hungers.
allies' town needs help.
Glory to the Scourge. Faithless coward. This is more like it. At last. Tread lightly. Finally, Frostmourne hungers. Speak, fool. This is more like it. At last. Faithless coward. This is more like it. Tread lightly. At last. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. Finally. Frostmourne hungers.
Wait till you see me in
No one orders me. This is more like it. Tread lightly. Finally. Speak, fool. Tread lightly. Frostmourne hungers. At last. Finally.
Our allies'
This is more
town needs
like
help.
Speak, fool. Hungers. What is it now? No one orders me around. What is it now? Speak, fool. What is it now? No one orders me around. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. At last. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. This is more like it. At last. This is more like it.
Killing spree. Dominating. Double kill.
What is it now? No one orders me around. Frostborn hungers. What is it now? No one orders me around. This is more like it. Finally. Tread lightly. Frostborn hungers. This is more like it. What is it now? Tread lightly. Frostborn hungers. At last.
Our allies'
This is
town
more
needs
like
help.
it. No one. What is it now? Tread lightly. At last. Finally. Frostborn hungers. Speak, fool. Finally. No one orders me.
Killing spree.
Speak, fool.
Double kill.
At last. No one orders me around. What is it now? Speak, fool. This is more like it. What is it now? At last. Finally. For the Lich King. Speak, fool. Frostborn hungers. Finally. Frostborn hungers. At last. This is more like it. Tread lightly. At last. Frostborn hungers. At last.
Allies' town needs help.
At last. This is more like it. Frostborn hungers. Speak, fool. This is more like it. What is it now? Frostborn hungers.
Our
This is more
allies' town needs help.
Finally. Frostborn hungers. Finally. Frostborn hungers. This is at last. Speak, fool. This is more
Our
like
allies' town needs help.
No one orders me. What is it now? Speak. Tread lightly. At last. Oh. This is more like it. Frostborn hungers. Finally. What is it now? Frostborn hungers. Finally. This is more like it. Speak, fool. Tread lightly. What is it now?
Our
Frostborn
allies' town needs help.
Finally. Speak, fool. This is more like it. No one orders me around. Frostborn hunger. No one orders me around. This is more like
Our warriors have engaged our
Killing
allies' town needs help.
it. This is more like it. Glory to the Scourge. You will know everything.
Killing Double kill.
Finally. What is it now? This is more like it. Finally. At last. Tread lightly. This is more like it.
Our allies' town
At
needs
last.
help.
This is more like it. What is it now? Tread lightly. What is it now?
Let's get going.
No one orders me around. What is it now?
Our allies' town needs help.
Tread lightly. This is more like it. Finally. This is more like it. At last. What is it now? Tread lightly. What is it now? No one orders me around. At last. Glory to the Scourge! Frostmourne hungers. Tread lightly. What is it now? Speak, fool. At last. No one orders me around. At last. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. Speak, fool. What is it now? Speak, fool. Tread lightly. Speak, fool. This is more like it. Tread lightly. Frostmourne hungers. No one orders me around. Finally. Tread lightly. At last. Finally. At last. This is more like it. Finally. What is it now? No one orders me around. This is more like it. I'll make sure you suffer.
Unstoppable.
What is it now? No one orders me around. Finally. This is more like it.
Double kill.
Finally. For the Lich King. At last. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. What is it now? No one orders me around. Speak, fool.
Our
No one
allies'
orders
town
me
needs
around.
help.
Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. Finally. At last. What is it now? Tread lightly. What is it now? Speak, fool. Finally.
Killing spree.
At
Our
last.
warriors have engaged.
No one orders me. This is more like it.
Double kill.
Frostmourne hungers. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. Frostmourne hungers.
Our allies' town needs
At
help.
last. For the Lich King.
Welcome to our village.
Tread lightly. Speak, fool. Tread lightly. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. Speak, fool. Frostmourne hungers. This
Our
is more
warriors
like
have
it.
engaged the enemy.
What is it now? Finally. Frostmourne hungers. Tread lightly. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. Glory to the
Wicked Scourge.
This is more like it. At last. This is more like it. At last. Finally. At last. No one orders me around. Speak, fool. What is it now? Finally. Speak, fool.
Our allies' town needs help.
Ah, at last. No. This is more like it.
Our warriors have engaged.
What is it?
Our allies' town needs help.
No one orders me. Tread lightly. Fine. I'll make sure you suffer. This is more like it.
Our allies'
Frostborn
town needs help.
hungers. Finally. What is it now? No one orders me around. Ah, at last. This is more like it. Finally. Frostmourne. Ah, at last. Finally. Frostmourne.
Double kill.
Our allies' town
At last. This is more like it.
I am ready.
Tread lightly. No one orders me. Ah, at last. Frostmourne hungers. Ah, at last. Finally. Ah, at last. Frostmourne hungers. Ah, at last. Finally. This is more like it. Finally. Faithless coward. At last. This is more like it. Speak, fool. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. This is more like it. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. Tread lightly. This is more like it. Finally. Ah, at last. Finally. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. Ah, at last.
Our allies' town needs help.
No one orders me around. Frostmourne hungers. Speak, fool. Finally. Ah, at last. Frostmourne hungers.
Our
Finally.
allies' town needs help.
Ah, at last. What is it? Frostmourne hungers. Speak, fool. This is more like it. What is it now? Speak, fool. What is it now? Frostmourne hungers.
Our allies' town needs help.
This is more like it. Speak, fool. Ah, at last. What is it now? Frostmourne hungers. Ah, at last. Finally. This is more like it. Ah, at last. This is more like it. Finally. This is more like it. Tread lightly.
Our allies' town
Glory
needs
to
help.
the Scourge! Finally. Frostmourne hungers.
Our warriors have engaged.
This is more like it. Finally. Speak, fool.
You interrupted
What is
my
it?
calculations.
Town needs
Tread
help.
lightly. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. This is more like it. Ah, at last. No one was around. Finally. Tread lightly. Finally. Speak, fool. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. Finally.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
At last. This is more like it. At last. This is more like it. What is it now? What Lich King? Frostmourne hungers. Tread lightly. This is at last. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. What is it now? This is more like it. Finally. At last.
Dominating.
This is more like it.
Odin.
Frostmourne hungers. At last. Finally. At last. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. Tread lightly. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. At last. This is more like it. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. What is it now?
More work.
No one orders me. Speak, fool. Tread lightly. No one orders me around. This is more like it. Tread lightly. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. You will know endless torment. Your pangs are legendary.
Our allies' town needs help.
Frostmourne hungers. What is it now? Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. Finally. Tread lightly. What is it now? Tread lightly. This is more like it. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
Speak, fool. No one orders me around. At last. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. What is it now? Finally.
Our allies' town
At
needs
last. Tread lightly. Frostmourne hungers. At last. No one orders me around. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. Tread lightly. Speak, fool. Tread lightly. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. No one. At last.
Hello.
Aye.
Welcome to our village.
How may I serve?
What ails you? What is it now? Finally. Tread lightly. At last. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. No one orders me.
Wait till you see me in action.
No one orders me.
Our allies'
Finally.
town needs help.
Speak, fool. No one orders me around. What is it now? No one orders me around. At
I'll
last.
have it up in no time.
Finally. Frostmourne hungers. Speak, fool. What is it? Finally. This is more like it. Finally. At last. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. No one orders me around. Finally. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. Speak, fool. What is it now? Treasure. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. At last. Finally.
Our allies' town needs help.